You never like losing, but what can you take away from a tough loss like today?
Well, it was an unfortunate goal that we gave up. But for me, what we can take away as a group is definitely need a little bit more urgency and quality in the attack, and that's as a group. Getting players forward and fullbacks getting forward and midfielders and forwards making things happen that are threatening. So, that for me is the biggest thing that can take away from today's game.
What can you say? Jenna's first day back. Could you sense it? Still, I mean, it's tough after a couple days to get into the groove of the offense and where the ball is being placed, etc.
Yeah, I think that it's nice to have her back. She's still got to work her way back into things, and get used to how we're trying to play. But obviously, it's great to have her back.
What was the difference in this match as opposed to the other two? You've come back from 1-0 deficits.
Well, I think in the last few games we were able to come back and get a few wins with late goals, and today we weren't able to do that. We weren't able to get back in and create the opportunities that we needed. But it's also something that we need to think about. How do we start the game and get off to a positive start?
You got good 5 days before your next match. You got 2 matches in California. What are you going to work on in between now and then?
Well, we're always going to work on some attacking things, but we're also going to work on some competitive situations in the midfield and seeing how we deal with those and how we can solve some of those issues.
Did you see Irvine do anything that took you guys out of your game that was unexpected?
No, Irvine's a good team. I have a lot of respect for what that coach has done. They've been to the tournament the last few years, so they're a solid team. I wouldn't say they did anything to really throw a monkey wrench in there per se, but they were hardworking and they were battling, and I think overall they probably had the better of the physical side of the game, which is something we need to address. And I think that overall, for us as a group, it's more about what we need to do to tweak some things to be a little bit more dangerous.
Okay, Jenna, first match back. You've been in town all about 3-4 days. Talk about, I don't want to say struggles, but getting into the groove with your teammates.
I mean, it's always difficult to adapt to even an old team, but I think it won't take long. Even today, with most of the players, the ideas were there. It was just a matter of timing, and with a couple practices, I don't think it should be a problem. So.
We'll talk about it more later, but your experience overseas, you've been a few time zones. Talk about Japan.
Japan was in a very nice city in our country, I guess. I went to a couple of cities, Kobe and Tokyo. But it was an experience, probably one that I can't discuss in a short amount of time, but difficult result, but I learned a lot over there.
What about the competition you faced at that level?
It's good competition. It's you learn a lot. You can never come out expecting anything. Anything can happen. So I think I can bring that back to Oregon State.
Back to the match a little bit today. You had a shot on goal there. Just explain it. Obviously it didn't quite go where you wanted it. Sort of a microcosm for the match today.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of things everyone was trying to do weren't exactly going as planned, but hopefully we learn from that and can move forward into our travel and get the W again.